Do you know what I'm loving about The Force Awakens so far? Kylo Ren. I am a Kylo Ren fanatic. And as you can see, I've got the 6-inch Black Series Kylo Ren here, and I'm a really big fan of this figure. It is absolutely stunning. But that is not what we'll be talking about here today. Today we will be talking about one that's even bigger. The first thing that kind of comes to mind when I see this, especially on my camera, is he kind of reminds me of a Halloween decoration. Kylo Ren really has like an eerie design, and especially with his helmet. I mean, Kylo Ren really just oozes evil, and this toy just really portrays that really nicely. I feel like Jakks Pacific did a really good job with this 31-inch Kylo Ren. It does have a couple very minor problems, but overall, this is a, what's the word? It's not a gimmick, it's a novelty. This is pretty much a novelty for collectors. But for kids, I recommend this thing. If you want to get your kids a Force Awakens Kylo Ren, this is absolutely stunning. It would be a toy that they would have fun with for ages. It's really nice, and there's just a lot of pros to this that really outweigh the cons. So, it was just packaged in a standard packaging, just the like little cardboard base. It's not even worth showing to you. I do want to point out, though, that the lightsaber, let's get that up. That the lightsaber, the blades were separate in the package. But unlike most 31-inch figures, he actually does come with blades. So that's really nice. However, the blades are kind of bittersweet. Because even though he does have blades, they're not translucent, they're opaque. Bringing in the 6-inch one again, you can see he's got translucent blades. Which I really feel like, do a good job. Not a great job, but a good job. But these, they're just, maybe a lighter red would have worked better, but it's not too big of a deal to me. What I really like are some of the more finer details in this thing. And before we get in those, I do want to show you a size comparison between the 6-inch. So anyone that is looking to get this can know how big it is. It is a 31-inch figure, so it is very large compared to your standard 6-inch action figure. Very large. And showing it next to a Force Awakens 3 3/4-inch, here is with the Force Awakens 3 3/4-inch Stormtrooper, so you can see that, yeah, this thing is very big. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. First off, let's look at his helmet sculpt, which is really, really nice. Getting in close here on the helmet, you can see Jakks Pacific put a lot of detail into this. It's very minimal in the paint. It only really has silver, and I do believe they painted the eyes black. But this helmet is just really stunning. It really has a Nazi vibe to me. I feel like this whole Force Awakens, just First Order, really have a Nazi vibe. And because the original Empire was inspired by the Nazis, I really do appreciate it here. As you can see, great sculpt. A lot of damage, which shows that Kylo Ren and the First Order aren't new. They've been around, and they've certainly fought. So, I'm really interested to see the backstory of the First Order and how it rose from the Empire. But let's get his hood back on, which it is cloth. That was a major selling point for me. I love Kylo Ren's tunic design. And the 6-inch Kylo Ren pulled it off okay. As you can see, the hood is pretty baggy, but this it lays naturally. It lays really nice. The stitching down here is really accurate. And flipping it around, so you can see all the little tethers. You can see you got a tether here, another one here, and it's kind of folded up a bit. And you have this right here. This is a part of the upper tunic. And in the package, I decided to keep it like this. It is attached to the lower tunic. And I just keep it like that, so in case like this does come off, it's not completely detached from the figure. Speaking of the lower tunic, I guess I should probably just call it this his skirt. It's just cloth. It's a really nice material. Feels really solid. I would not be afraid of this tearing or tattering anytime soon. Showing you his legs, because they're kind of hidden. Yeah, there we go. You can see, just standard details, nothing too special. But one thing to point out with the articulation, this figure does have standard 31-inch Jakks Pacific articulation. He has a swivel at the head, swivel at the shoulders, swivel at each wrist, Your swivel at each wrist, swivel at the waist, but he does not have swivels at the hips, which to some may be disappointing, but to me, I do not mind whatsoever. It just ensures that he is extremely stable, which is really good for play. And, I mean, even though you can't move his legs, he's not going to be sitting down. He has nowhere to sit down. I guess you could sit him down somewhere just as a little gag, but you want him standing up. You want this guy to be really prominent in your room. And this toy is just absolutely phenomenal. I really do like it. Getting in close on the lightsaber, you can see the blade itself. Like, right now it's actually giving off a really good effect on the camera. It doesn't look like that in person, believe me. It looks awful in person. But on the camera it actually looks pretty decent. You can see it has like this sculpted, kind of looks like a really old candle that's kind of melted down. Here you can see the nice details all along the hilt. Really nice. This is glued into his hand, so you can't remove it. Well, you probably could if you pried hard enough, but I really wouldn't recommend that. These are separate in the package, and you can remove them fairly simple, but they go in there really solid. This one's a little unstable just because of how long it is and how short the peg is, but, I mean, it stays in there. I would not worry about that whatsoever. So, yeah, this thing is really nice. For collectors, this is a very limited piece because a lot of collectors don't go for the big Jakks Pacific because they don't have a room. This is my 4th big Jakks Pacific. My other 3 are clone troopers. And needless to say, this is great. This is probably my favorite 31-inch Jakks Pacific. I really do enjoy it. It has a lot of nice detail. It really evokes the character. And overall, I can't recommend this enough. For $35 too. This is $35. And it's also very lightweight. So that's another great thing for play. I would recommend this for children that are a fan of Kylo Ren. I would recommend this for collectors who are a fan of Kylo Ren. Certainly wouldn't recommend this to people that don't have the room. But I've got enough room. I've already got some spaces set out for it. So guys, that's pretty much it. That has been a look at the Jakks Pacific 31-inch Kylo Ren. I really do recommend this piece. It is absolutely phenomenal. I cannot say that word tonight. That's pretty much it, guys. Have a good day. May the Force be with you. Bye. Aw, thanks, Mom. I really did want an action figure of myself for my birthday. Thanks! I really, really love it. Too bad the scalpers are buying them all.